So I want to talk today about whether purity culture is toxic. No, I don't believe it is. I mean, what is toxic about, like, let's be honest here. What's toxic about saving yourself for marriage, just being with your partner before marriage in a non-sexual way? People say like, oh, well, how you know if you're compatible sexually or not. Sex is like 5 to 10% of a marriage. And if you're part of a purity culture, or you're of a pure mind, or a sound mind, then you don't watch pornography, or you don't use any toys if you're a woman. You have not slept with many people, so your odds that you're going to be incompatible after marriage sexually, I mean, every single person that sleeps together, let's be for real, is like incompatible at first. I don't know any girl that, has the big wow from doing it with a man for the first time, because most women have to, get to know a man, and then they open up, and then they can explore their sexual desires. Whereas for men, it comes more naturally. They're more visual. They're more sensitive down there. They're meant biologically, for the thrust, for that sort of penetration. Whereas a woman does not achieve herself through thrusting, but through different means. Her mechanisms different. Her anatomy is placed differently on the body. So like, I do believe that, men and women basically have kind of similar junk down there. It's just configured differently, so like the clitoris it's also because I don't know what the rules are for YouTube, and I don't know who is watching this content, so I'm trying to be careful. Let's call your little flower on a woman is basically the same as the helmet on a man, just to a much smaller scale. So yeah, so her flower is placed in an entirely different position than the man's. So going back to whether you're compatible or not after marriage, most of the time, if you're in a purity culture, again, you're not watching pornography, you're not using toys, you're not stimulating yourself, mentally or anything like that, like stimulating yourself by mental means, then you're going to be fine, because both of you are going to suck in bed at first. Neither of you is going to be good until you both learn each other's bodies. Now, what is not, abhorrent in society is sexuality. So it's kind of like people call purity culture abhorrent, like they say, it's toxic, it's abhorrent, it's, brainwashing by the church, it's fear-mongering and stuff like that, and you should be sexually liberated and everything like that, free to try yourself. But no, that's poison of the mind, because I used to be a highly deviant creature, I'd say, in my past, because I thought that love was achieved only through sexual means. I grew up believing that you needed to have sex with somebody in order for them to love you, and it's not true at all. You need to love and respect yourself before anybody else can love you. And we say that all the time, and I don't do a very good job at loving myself. I still have problems. I still don't see myself as beautiful. I'm overweight. I can't walk. I have a disability. Um, you know, so it's oftentimes hard to love myself, because because I had this hypersexual past, I have a lot of bad memories, that are rooted in me that come up as like trauma. And and I wouldn't even say that my sexual trauma is as bad as some people have had it, but even to the degree that I have it, and I consented to almost every sexual act that happened between me and another person. For the most part, I consented to it, and I'm still traumatized by it. But when I started to realize that this discomfort inside myself, because I would just start talking to myself, and I would talk to myself like a crazy person, muttering stuff. Like when a bad thought would come up, I'd be like, oh, you're so stupid, why did you do that? I'd curse and say bad things to myself, to try and like drown out the thoughts. So I knew that I needed God, and God led me to the Catholic faith. That's a whole other topic, but part of becoming Catholic meant that I had to go through the purity culture, meaning no sex before marriage. I was a renounced virgin. My husband didn't treat me any differently because of my sexual past. He treated me like like as if I were brand new to all of this. And he was also, a virgin too. And he didn't treat me any differently because I had renounced, and because I saw how toxic, sexual culture is on the mind and on the body. Also, I believe too, part of my weight gain is also because I wanted to make myself ugly and unattractive, because I was tired of being used by people, by men and also women, because you can't, in this modern day, if you're sexually liberated, you just can't be straight. You have to believe that you are bisexual or pansexual or whatever it is. You're just not allowed to be straight and pure. So in this society, those things don't fly anymore. So I was with men and women, and to be honest, being with women freaked me out. It grossed me out, and I had to convince myself that it was natural, that it was normal. Women are beautiful, and they are beautiful. Women are stunning creatures. I mean, there's a reason why so much jealousy exists amongst women, because we're constantly competing against each other, and so we're always trying to like up our game and stuff like that. And women are beautiful, and I would get with the most beautiful women, and even then, when it came to just being with them, even kissing them or whatever, it just felt gross to me. And it felt gross to me being with men also. Like I said, getting back to thinking that I would only find love through sex, after I would have sex with a man, I would feel disgusting about myself, and I couldn't understand why until I saved myself for marriage. That was the most freeing and liberating thing. And also to have a man stay with you and stay loyal to you, not seek out pornography, not seek out sexual gratification of some kind, and just be with you and stay with you through that until you are ready, is the most liberating and freeing thing that you can do as a woman, is by taking your sexuality back and guarding it and holding on to it for dear life. Thank you. Please like, subscribe, and join the conversation below, because people disagree with me. And yeah, I hope to see you in the comments. Bye.